So we began the Alumni Awards in 2011, and the real goal was to recognize our alumni who had had these fantastic accomplishments. We wanted to be able not only to showcase them and their accomplishments to the rest of the university community, but to show our students what they could accomplish. If they set the bar high and they work hard and they strive, here is something they could become.
The university provided a really valuable service. I was very grateful. It was during that last year or so that I realized that I really wanted to take another step forward before really launching a business career, and therefore I went to law school, and it was ideal for that.
David and I grew up in the same working class neighborhood of North Fort Worth. We've been friends for almost 60 years. David Elkins had a greater influence on my career than anybody ever could. He has opened so many doors for me. We shared common interest, a common belief in the importance of integrity. And one of the things I love about David's approach as an attorney, he used to always say that, you're the businessman, you make the decision, you tell me what you want done, and I'll make sure that it's done legally the right way.
When people stay connected to and get more deeply involved with higher education, they have a lot to offer, and once they get into it and can see that they're having an influence, good things are happening.
My reconnection to UTA really started because of David Elkins. I received a call from David to tell me that he hoped that I wouldn't mind, but he had mentioned me to people at UTA who were considering some type of an honor.
To be successful in business, you've got to have self-respect and you've got to be happy with yourself. I think everybody in my family have some of those basic core values and human qualities that I hold dear to myself. And that makes me very proud. So I'm happy with where I am, but not through.
I wanted a great place for my kids, and I went and looked and looked and looked. There wasn't any perfect places, and I'm pretty particular, and I have a really specific mind of what I wanted. I just did a lot of research into the industry and the business and realized it's a business where they didn't treat their employees as teachers, and there was a disconnect, and I wanted to change that.
What came from her experience gave her her vision, her mission, and she was able to accomplish it. That's what was so exciting.
When we first came to the United States, my family didn't have anything. We didn't speak any English. It was very difficult. They sacrificed a lot. They have always instilled that education is the key to our success. And I really enjoyed my business classes. I really took it all in, and I applied it to every job that I had. It all led to where I am now. And I was very fortunate to find something that I was passionate about, which is business and education that collided, finding that passion. What are you passionate about? Because once you find that, all you have to do is work hard and persevere and be resourceful.
I think that it's important that you provide more than just a place to live when you're developing affordable housing. We could bring something more than just a place to live. We could actually create a community. With every development that I've done, we've had a component that we give back to the community. We have programs for the children. We have programs for education. If we're not doing that, we're really disservicing the residents. It really is the role of affordable housing developers to stimulate the community, to see where the income problems are, what are the reasons to income problems, what are the barriers to education, what are the barriers to health care, and how can we remove those barriers and really make a community that people are proud to live in.
I remember Richard Ashton as one of the first students in the Goolsby program. And he illustrates many of the things that John Goolsby wanted us to do.
It was extremely helpful in my career, and it's something that was probably the best experience that I had at UTA was being a part of the Goolsby cohort, and the entire College of Business was very supportive and very excited about the first cohort.
Now, some years later, he's gone out and continued that and done very well. He takes advantage of what hopefully we were able to teach him here, but he showed great foresight in wanting to work hard in a particular area that he came to understand very well.
Education is a lifelong process, and it is something that no one will ever maximize our education. No matter what business you're doing, if you simply have good integrity and you're respected as someone that people can trust and people can depend on, your business will grow naturally.
Dr. David Gray has been at the university for over 40 years. He started here as a young assistant professor, and he has watched the college grow and develop for that entire time. For the last 10 years or so, he's been the associate dean, so he's served in the dean's office, and he has been a tremendous, tremendous force in that role.
For me, it's been a wonderful opportunity to develop a career when I teach a course, is literally try to share as much of what I know with the students. Many times I found myself in a leadership position in the college, so I could have some impact on some of the things that we were doing. I wrote a proposal. The dean, the VP of development, and a development officer and I flew to San Antonio, went to the Goolsby's home, talking with them about how we would use that financial contribution to develop this Goolsby Leadership Academy.
David Gray had a lot to do with that. Together we came up with the concept. I couldn't be more pleased. We've celebrated our 10th anniversary last year, and it's far exceeded my expectations.
But for me, I was simply always just doing my job. And in one sense, I guess this is recognition of someone's involvement in an academic unit that has grown, developed, and today is a much better academic unit than it was 42 years ago when I came.